Try supporting two kids is hard enough, but try supporting two kids and one of them is an obese person who just constantly wants to eat everything in the house. It's not easy. You need like an extra job to support that. Hey guys, it's Jermaine and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, I just want to say welcome. My name is Jermaine. I make weight loss, self-improvement and lifestyle videos on here. Sometimes I sprinkle a little story time. So if you're into those kind of content, then you might want to subscribe to my channel because I'm here for you uploading videos at least once a week. And if you're returning to my channel, welcome back. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video and I'm so happy that you are part of my little community. So by the title of this video, you already know what I'm going to be talking to you guys about. It's about me and some of the bad habits I developed when it came to eating, which was clearly showing signs that I was going to be an obese person, and no adult really noticed these things. Also, I guess like because my family, there is no one that was like obese or overweight. Actually no, my cousin brother. I have a cousin brother who was pretty big, but besides him, like no one really noticed. No one really had like overweight people or obese people in my family, and so there were a lot of things that I did that I don't know why, but no one probably like realized or noticed or thought, hey, this is odd. Why is she doing this? For some context, if you didn't know, I used to be 120 kg. That was really big. That was the heaviest I'd ever been. And then I lost 40 kg, and currently I fluctuate between like 78 kg around there. And since losing weight, I started to like think about things that I used to do back in the day. And sometimes I question my mom. I'm like, how did you not realize that I was doing this? How did you let me do this? And I just decided to make a video about things that bad habits that I developed as a kid, because I feel like sometimes, I don't know for all, but like for me, I know there are a lot of obese people who became obese through bad habits from the time they were a kid. I don't think it's all. Some people became obese as an adult. I can't really speak for all. Some people may have only became obese when they grew up and became an adult, or maybe like some even after having children, that's when they like spiraled and became really overweight. But for me, I started developing an unhealthy lifestyle from a very young age. To be exact, the age of 9. So from the age of 9, I had started doing weird things. Like most kids would just go to bed when it's bedtime, you go to bed. For me, I would wake up in the middle of the night, and it started off with, just say if like my family or whatever, like I can hear them outside like having conversations and like mingling and talking, I would go out and be like, I'm hungry, what are you guys having? I want a little bit. Then I think when I was like 10 years old, it became me going to the living room and asking my mom and if she can like get me food. And it would be like heavy meals like nasi lemak, like kway teow, char kway teow. These are like 700 over calorie food. And I would like suddenly in the middle of the night be like, I'm hungry and I want to eat this kind of stuff. And my mom being my mom, because I used to have a gastric problem. When I was much younger, I had the other problem where I did not eat, and I always didn't eat, and so I used to always have gastric and go to the clinic and things like that. So now I was having the opposite problem where I'm just constantly eating. But because I had gastric problem before, my mom was always very concerned that I might have a relapse, so that's why she would always let me eat whatever I wanted to eat. But a kid waking up in the middle of the night, I know, okay, it's normal if the kid's waking up in the middle of the night and then you make them milk. But it's another thing for a kid to wake up in the middle of the night and want an extra dinner, like a whole dinner. That's not normal. As a kid, I was eating grown-up portions of food and a half. I was eating my food, which was an adult portion of food, and I can also have a little bit more. Like I could have half of that, half small. And let me just give you a little insight to what I mean by that, what I was eating. Firstly, our weekly groceries, I can finish it within like a day or two. Bear in mind, during this time, we didn't have much money. So Jermaine finishing up all the groceries so fast was not a very good thing. It was really hard on my mom. Try supporting two kids is hard enough, but try supporting two kids and one of them is an obese person who just constantly wants to eat everything in the house. It's not easy. You need like an extra job to support that. I can eat like peanut butter and jelly. The jar, I can finish it within maybe like a few days. I used to drink Milo. I would not just drink it, I would also eat it, but that's another story. I could finish peanut butter and jelly, Milo, tins of biscuit. I mean, not tins, the whole tin, the whole biscuit tin. I could finish the assorted biscuits. I could finish that in a week. Literally anything that we got in that house was gone. within a week or less than a week. Everything that I ate always had to be plated in double. Like I could not just eat normal, regular people size food. Everything that I ate, I always, so if it was going to be Maggie mee, I needed 2 packets of Maggie. One serving is 1 packet, I needed 2 packets. And this is me as a kid, okay? I'm like under the age of 14. If I was eating sandwiches, so we were really broke and sometimes we didn't have like egg or anything to put in, any type of protein to put inside the bread. So we would just put mayonnaise and bread. I could eat 2 sets of mayonnaise and bread. If it was egg sandwich, I could do 2 sets of egg sandwich. 2 sets meaning 4 pieces of bread. If we were going to get bun, we were on the way to go somewhere and we were going to get bun, it's 2 buns. When I was 9 years old, for tea time, I consumed 5 pieces of bread. This is a habitual thing for me. I would do this all the time. So our loaf of gardenia bread would not last very long. I used to put 5 pieces of gardenia bread. This is tea time, okay? 5 pieces of bread, and I would make my Milo. Let me tell you the recipe for my delicious Milo. It was 3 tablespoons of Milo. 1 tablespoon of Milo has 124 calories. Your girl was having 3 teaspoons, so that's times 3. I was consuming 372 calories from just my Milo. Oh, wait, not including my condensed milk and then my 5 piece of bread. Guys, that is like 2 dinners just for tea time. 9 year old. A 9 year old. That is not normal. No adult like noticed or thought it was weird that, hey, she's finishing up all the bread or she's finishing up all the Milo. I used to drink that Milo. It was so thick and so concentrated, it would give me a sore throat. But that wasn't gonna stop me. I just kept going. I was strong like that. I could literally just consume 600 to 700 calories just one sitting, just one meal. This is a red flag. If you have a kid that's doing this is not normal. And on top of all the things that we were already doing, I did not like to run or move or exercise. I was not even exercising. I would much rather stay home and watch like Lizzie McGuire if it aired on our TV, or I would watch like a cartoon or something. I would much rather just stay home and chill than go outside and move about and run or play or anything like that. At 10 years old, when my mom would take us, like we would walk and go anywhere, like to, if you're Malaysian, you know this place, it's Petaling Street or Chinatown or what do we call it, Chowkit Road, okay? So that area, if my mom were to take us there, sometimes we like to like go there and like buy stuff and things like that. I could never walk. And my mom was like in her 40s at that time, and she's like walking really fast, and I'm at the back like, just give me a moment, mommy. I'm 10 years old and I needed breaks. I couldn't keep up with her. I couldn't keep up my 40-something-year-old mom. So the moral of this story and the moral of this video is, it is not normal for kids to be doing this stuff. Just the way that I was as a child made me realize how I need to pay attention to my kids next time. I don't want to be the kind of mom that like forces my kids to not eat certain foods, or be like this really strict mom who doesn't let her kids eat whatever they want. I'm not going to be like that, but I'm definitely going to be paying attention to what they're eating and how they're eating, because sometimes there is a reason why your kid is doing that. I think for me that was just like my coping mechanism, because I was very unhappy. I moved, I think I told you guys that I stayed in an orphanage home, and then I came back to my mom, and then at some stage I went back to an orphanage home, and I came back to my mom, and then we moved a lot here and there. And I think food was sort of like my comfort to all like the mess and everything that I was going through in life and all the chaos. I'm guessing that I turned to food to like help me cope. And it's the same for adults as well. Adults who become like overweight and turn to food, or even teenagers who turn to food and stuff. Something that's going on in your personal life can push you there. And I think it's important to just kind of journey with your child and try to figure out like why they feel the need to eat so much, because it's like you're just never full, and that's not normal. Unless you've got like some kind of worm in your stomach, then maybe okay, I guess. But if you're just constantly eating and you're never full, then something isn't right. And I think as a parent, you need to like kind of check in with your child and see why they are just constantly eating, why they don't want to go out and play, why they don't want to go for walks. Anyway, this video is a little short, but I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell, because I upload videos at least once a week, and I love to have you join my little community. And if you were a former fat kid with like fat bad habits, do let me know what they were. I'm interested to read. I used to really love the Reddit fat stories of things that people did, and I think it's so wild and so interesting. And it's nice to know that you're not alone. So if you have any stories, do let me know what they are. I would love to hear your stories. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in my next video.